Good evening, Dragon Nation, and welcome back to Pickarding High School, where the Dragons beat Pickarding North by a score of 62-47. Great game, very physical game we saw. I know that we were extremely tired. When you talk about playing 3 games in less than 3 days, you got to think Friday night at 6 o'clock we tip off with Rock Hill, and we played 3 games in that period, and it's only 3 o'clock on Sunday. So to be able to mentally prepare yourself for 3 ball games and 2 really tough opponents is a lot for some high school kids, even college kids. So talk a little bit about your side.
Well, Coach, third quarter was the biggest difference for us. We outscored them 26-13. In that quarter, we had great transition, defense and offense. It was really good. We went on a 10-0 run. Our largest lead there was 25. And I think at the end of that quarter, we were on a 16-3 run from 3:45 on. Fourth quarter, they went on a little run. 8-0 was all free throws. And they actually outscored us 12-19. But we still came out with a victory. Now, I know you've got some stats about some rebounds, turnovers. If you want to talk about those for the game.
You know, as we talk turnovers, it was kind of a sloppy game for both teams. Both of us ended the game with 27 turnovers, which is kind of a really large number because we talked about in the pregame, we got to be at that 13 or less number. So 27 and to get a almost 20-point victory here, that's saying a lot. But I think, Coach, when we go back and we start looking at some things, and I don't know how many times we mentioned in the first half, we mentioned Tegan Lee, hustle ability and hustle points that she was getting for us. Second half, we talked about Addison Cornell. She was all over the floor, just hustling on loose balls and everything. Both of those 2 girls, when you look at the stat lines, they're not putting up a lot of crazy points or anything like that. Tegan's got 3 points, Addison Cornell's got 8. So 11 points combined to the 62. But how many points did their
hustle points?
Right. How many points did they get the Dragons just because of their hustle?
Yeah.
You know, Addison Cornell ends up with 12 rebounds. And those weren't 12 just go up and get them. Those were tip, finally secure, get after it. So great showing by them. Bailey Russell finishes with 24 points. She was 11 of 12 from the free throw line. The Dragons shot 26 total free throws. She was 11 of 12 from the free throw line for 24 points, and she's a team MVP. And she played 29 and a half minutes of the 32.
Coach, how many free throws were shot this whole game?
This whole game, we had 46 total free throws shot between the 2 teams. So when you're looking at that, that is a lot of free throws. There's going to be nights where you're not going to shoot 26 combined, let alone 46.
Right. Well, I do want to say this too. Bailey Russell also in that second half really kicked it into another gear. I asked her. I don't think you were there, but I caught her walking down the hall. We were coming in, and I said, "How you feeling today?" I said, "You looked to me like you were tired yesterday," and she said, "I was."
Right.
And she said, "I got some sleep." She says, "I'm ready to go today." So she didn't lie. She's ready to go.
And here's the stat. Like I'm kind of glancing over the score sheet. Played 32 minutes. The Dragons led 31-48 of this game. So as we look back at that, we had I don't know where probably the first 32 seconds it was 0-0. And the Dragons never trailed in the ball game. So it's tied at 0-0 for the first 32 seconds. Riley Russell hits a 3, and it's all Fairland from the rest of the way out right there. So just a great all-around scoring by the Dragons all the way through. Now, they did score, Pickarding North did score 35 of their 47 in the paint.
Right.
And when we start looking at that, number 1, Elena Stefanis, I believe it was, she finished with 9 points, but her and Zuri Hugli, who finished with 19.
Yeah.
Those 2 girls were game changers throughout the whole game. They were hustling. They were getting after it for Pickarding North and really were the top 2 players on that team.
Right. Well, it's kind of what we expected. Now, I want to remind everybody at home, we're playing a Division I school.
Right.
They probably got over 2,000 students in that school.
Yes.
And we got 300.
Right, and they're 6 miles from Pickarding North is about 6 miles from Pickarding High School that has the same amount of kids. So, you know, the school size up here is crazy. And let's kind of, Coach, just kind of clarify some things. When we go to these type of events, we are not necessarily allowed to stream these games because they're having people come in and it's a paid service. And so they're not allowed. They're allowing us to do a little bit of stuff. They're not allowing us to stream those games. So that's why we can't come. That's one of the reasons why we can't. And honestly, Coach, what are we at here? We're at a 18-inch wide table by 28 inches.
Well, if we go or move our seats back too far, we're going to go back.
We're going to fall off the back end here. So we're tightly crammed in here. We got enough room for my laptop and my cell phone. So, that's a lot of times why we can't do some things that we love to do, and we apologize for that. But, we try our best to keep you updated through our social media and through our YouTube stuff.
We've got, let everybody at home know, on the 21st, we should be streaming that Chesapeake ball game. So the Codgers will be back, and we'll let you know what time, probably between 6 6:15. But big game for our girls back to the conference.
Wednesday night, we got the Chesapeake the 21st, so they should be back. And then on the
we got Portsmouth girls after that. I think it's the 29th.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the 29th. And then we'll be back on the 3rd with the boys against Chesapeake.
So, again, good trip for the Dragons. Finished 2-3. Two really good schools in Bellbrook and Picardy North. Excuse me. So we're excited about where we're going. We got some big games coming up. We've got to go get healthy now. We've got to get rested. We got a couple days off per se. We're still going to practice. We're still going to get after it. But Wednesday night, we get back after it with Chesapeake at home. Should be an interesting night, and the Codgers are going to be back live. You're not going to have to look at me, my ugly face. It's going to be you and Coach Harris calling that game on Wednesday night, so we're excited about that. You guys that are out there listening, we hope to have a safe trip home, and we'll see you we'll see you Wednesday night as Fairland hosts Chesapeake at the Carl York Center.
All right, good night.